This is the appeal that was initiated last week against Justice Binta Nyako's judgment. It is clear that it is not the National Assembly, neither it is the Senate that appealed the judgment. It's Akpabio himself. Read it. The President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Godswill Akpabio, he is the only appellant. The National Assembly has not appealed that judgment. The Senate has not appealed the judgment. The Committee on Ethics has not, that suspended me wrongly, has not appealed the judgment. As a matter of fact, Senator Akpabio joined the Clerk of the National Assembly, the entire Senate, and the Chairman Committee on Ethics as joint respondents to the case. That means Akpabio has taken the National Assembly and the Senate and the Clerk and the committee to court as well. Do you understand? That must be clarified. So there is no reason whatsoever, contrary to the publications I read yesterday, that I should not resume today because the Senate has appealed my suspension judgment, and that's wrong. The Senate did not.
Your own appealed judgment.
No, what I appealed is the contempt, and that is separate. The judgment came in two parts. One was to address the contempt, which is based on the satirical letter which I made, or the satirical apology letter which I made on Facebook, which the judge thought it wise in her own stride that amounts to contempt. But I'm saying clearly that does not amount to contempt of her court, because before Justice Binta Nyako was not the matter of sexual harassment or the matter of suspension. And what I will say clearly, hold on, what I will say clearly here is me appealing the contempt does not in any way invalidate the decision of the court that mentions me resuming. And I'll say this again, in as much as the judgment, Justice Binta Nyako's judgment, was the most watery of all the suspension judgments we've had, taking into consideration Senator Aline Dume's and Senator Magege's suspension. But there is one particular portion of her decision which I want us to hinge upon, where she mentioned that that my suspension is actually excessive, and that being suspended for 6 months actually will prevent my ability to carry out my constitutional functions as stipulated in Section 63 of the 1990 Constitution. Now, what does Section 63 of the 1999 Constitution mean? That every senator in this and every parliamentarian is to attend a sitting not less than 181 days per year to carry out my constituted functions. And what are the constitutional functions of a senator? One, legislative, which I'll do in there. Second is oversight of the executive. And third is representative of my people. So that means what Justice Binta Nyako told the National Assembly is that not only is my judgment excessive, but it will also deprive me of carrying out my constituted duties of which I was elected according to the Nigerian Constitution. That is Section 63. So that means my suspension is illegal. If you look at that, because anything that contravenes the Nigerian Constitution is illegal. And the National Assembly cannot be greater than the Constitution. They're now coming down again based on the appeal. Akpabio himself cannot be greater than the courts, cannot be greater than the Constitution. And I want Nigerians to know that the office of the Senate President, Akpabio himself, does not give me my legitimacy as a senator.